Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back today with a second stimulus check update video. Guys, I have great news. Like, not good, but great. Like, we could possibly have our second stimulus checks in August. Like the first or second week of August. Like, what? Are we serious right now? Are we even still thinking that we may not get a stimulus right now? What? All right, guys, so in today's video, we are definitely going to discuss the most trending topic, which is the second stimulus. We also are going to talk about IRS, unemployment, hazard pay, fraud, unemployment fraud. What's going on with that, guys? Social Security, you name it, we are going to talk about it today. So if you want to know what's going on in the world, you already know what to do, honey. Stay tuned. I got you covered. Now, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hello, my darling. My name is Shalae, and I'm just a little ball of energy. Okay, here on this channel, we talk about shopping, saving, and everything in between. I would love to have you a part of my internet family. All you have to do is go ahead and hit that big old red subscribe button down below. And you know what? You're in. That's it. Super easy, right? It's free. And while you're at it, can you go ahead and give me a like? Because it's Tuesday. Like, it's next hump day. Like it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump right in because we want to know right now our lawmakers are getting one step closer to going ahead and sending out that direct cash payments to American families. And guys, today and yesterday, Mitch McConnell was actually chatty Cathy. Like, what? Where you been at, Mr. McConnell? So the House, we already know, is on recess right now until July 20th. They will return. And then once they return, they go back out on recess again on August 3rd. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said that he wants Congress to complete the work on the next phase of the stimulus by then. By that timetable, he says, you know what, we want to have the bill on the president's desk and be done. So he wants all this done before they even go out on their next recess, which will be August 3rd. Now, guys, if that is the case, then the first CARES Act, it was to American families by direct deposit within about 15 to 17 days. So if it's signed, sealed and delivered, okay, as Stevie Wonder would say, right? Signed, sealed, delivered. I think I said that right. All right, so if it is signed by August 3rd, then some people that have direct deposit would start receiving their paychecks by August, just say 18th, 20th. Now, here's the thing, guys. Before we start celebrating good times, before we start celebrating, there's always a caveat, right? They always get us. So now, for this next stimulus package, there are some requirements as of right now. So of course, even though the Senate is on recess, they are still working. So that's why you're hearing all these rumblings going on. Guys, if your heart can't take it, if you don't want to ride this roller coaster of a stimulus, then you already know what to do. Like, get off the ride, okay? Get off the ride and just come back when we tell you it is passed. You will see everyone like, oh, you get your money. So just come back. But if you want to ride this roller coaster, rolling with the homies. If you want to ride the roller coaster, stay on it, right? Alrighty here. So Mitch McConnell stated that he thinks that people who have been hit the hardest should get the next stimulus check, and that's going to be the people who make about $40,000 a year or less. Now, that $40,000 figure is in line with McConnell's stated goal of making the next round of stimulus more targeted. So guys, we already know they've been talking about this target. They didn't know exactly. Now, I don't know why, I understand why they said the 40,000. When they looked at the statistics, it shows that people that were making $40,000 or less were impacted the hardest. Now, with that being the case, I wouldn't get a stimulus, and a lot of people wouldn't get a stimulus, but that still does not rule out like my Social Security people, my SSDI people. So I know there's been a lot of talks on, hey, will Social Security get the next stimulus? As of right now, you would still get it unless they decide to change things. And right now, guys, this $40,000 or less is still the rumor mill. Like, what? Like, why are we even going through this? So we have like the Senate and the Republicans are like, hey, no, we want to limit to this certain people. And then we have the Democrats. They're like, no, give it to everyone, honey. Give it to immigrants. Give it to dependents. Just give. So right now we are not at a happy medium, right? So we have to wait and see exactly. But that is what is coming out of the recess. So that's what they're saying that's going on. And Mr. McConnell said it himself, like, hey, I only want to do $40,000 or less. So we are definitely going to have to stay tuned and see. But with that being said, we do have some top economists who are calling for a reoccurring stimulus check. So, wow, what in the world is going on? So today, 156 top economics published an open letter urging immediate bold action to prevent the nation's economic downturn from worsening, right? It's called for an ongoing stimulus checks tied to the state of the economic recovery, as well as boosted unemployment benefits and aid for cash-strapped state and local governments. So these top economists are saying, like, hey, even though the businesses have started back to reopen, jobs have come back, there will still be a significant economic fallout, and that if we don't do something, people will not have money to spend. Not only will they not have money to spend, they won't have money to pay their rent. So in order to keep the economy stimulated, let's give reoccurring checks. Like, it can't hurt anything at all. This will help families stay afloat and drive economic activity. The letter also, though, it did not outline a specific cash amount. It did not, or what economic triggers could be used for monthly payments to kick in, but these economists proposed that tethering the extra federal weekly unemployment benefits to the unemployment rate. So everything is going on, and I hope that right now when the Senate is looking at this, that they take all of these things into consideration. Like, hey, these are economists saying this is what you do to save the economy right now. This is what you need to do, give out reoccurring checks. And we also know that our president stated that the next stimulus package will be very generous. So if they do give it to the people that make $40,000 or less, maybe they will get more than the $1,200 or $1,500. Whatever they decide to do is, I got you. I'll still be up here to update you. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think about the $40,000 though? All right, so speaking of hazard pay, for hazard pay, as of right now, congressional Republicans have not resisted the idea of hazard pay, so it's still out there for my essential employees, but may insist it may not be retroactive or as generous. So when it comes to the hazard pay, they're like, hey, it might not be that generous, but we may give you something. So that's what we have going on. Now with the IRS, they did update their website today, and it says one of the questions was, I received an additional $500 payment in 2020 for my qualifying child. My child just turned 17. Will I have to pay back the $500 next year when I file taxes? The IRS stated no. There is no provision in the law requiring repayment of a payment. When you file next year, you can claim additional credits on your 2019 tax return if you're eligible for them. If your child is born in 2020, but you won't be required to repay any payment when filing 2020 tax returns, even if your qualifying child turns 17 in 2020, or your adjusted gross income increases in 2020 above the thresholds listed. Now guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into unemployment. Some states are extending the unemployment. Ohio is one of those states, and California as well. Both of them are extending the additional 13 weeks. For Ohio, they're going to add an additional 20 weeks of federal benefits. Now, it will include the boost if we continue to get the unemployment boost, which they're saying is probably going to be around a $450 boost. So it may not be $600, but you still may get it. Ohio is going to actually give an additional 20 weeks of unemployment, which would take you up until May. They said it can go up until mid-March or even May of 2021. Whoa, Ohio. California is also going ahead and giving an additional 13 weeks when someone does run out of their regular unemployment benefits as well. Now, Texas, on the other hand, while they may be extending their unemployments, they also are going after 46,000 people who were paid $32 million in unemployment benefits who were not entitled to them. At this point, they said that benefits must be repaid even if the state is to blame for the unemployment. So they said that the state initially went in and was there was some error in the system. I don't know what's going on with these Back to the Future systems. I mean, we're in 2020, guys. Like, come on. Can we not all get on the same page? Why do we still have this old Atari Oregon Trail system that, are we serious right now? Like, we're in 2020. Like, we can Skype, we can Zoom. Why aren't the systems updated? but there was an error in the system, and it's unclear of how many of those were overpaid. Some are due to fraud, but the Texas does want their their money back for unemployment fraud. In the case that the person has to give back the benefits, they will also have to pay a 15% penalty. Whoa. When it rains, it pours, right? All right, and so Texas is not the only one on board, and I think as this continues to go, a lot of states are probably going to discover that there's a lot of fraud going on, from Small Business Administration fraud to unemployment. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm not saying that, but I think they probably will, because they're going to look for this money. All right, so Massachusetts also finds over 58,000 fake unemployment claims, and they want to recover 158 million. So guys, this is almost like, whoa. This is almost like $190 million between just 2 states. They say it's tens of thousands of fraudulent unemployment claims were filed in Massachusetts. And people use stolen personal information, as well as they verified that they are so fake that they aren't just costing money, they're delaying financial assistance for real people who need it amid the pandemic. So that is going on right now as well. Some people are still asking if they have not received their first stimulus check, what is going on there. And the IRS has posted on their website that you have until September to get your first stimulus check. If you have not filed for your stimulus check at all, then you still have until October 15th to use the portal to go ahead and file for your stimulus check. Now that includes my senior citizens, Social Security disability, railroad retirees. You can still go on there at that time and register up until October 15th if you are eligible for a check. Now for my Social Security people, last but not least, okay, for the most part, with everything that's going on regarding the stimulus, as of right now, you still do qualify, because I know a lot of them are still concerned, like, hey, are we going to get the stimulus? There are only 2 proposals right now that I've seen that you would not qualify if they do pass. And one was the Reopening America by Supporting Workers and Business Act of 2020. I talked to you guys about this. That was by Representative Kevin Brady, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it was Kevin Brady. But he introduced this legislation. And pretty much under this, it was when they were going to give like a $600 for those that were going back to work. So remember, this was like if you return to work, then you got the $1,200 stimulus. Remember, he brought up that it really didn't gain any traction. But like if you were laid off, if you went back to work, you'll get to keep your unemployment, plus they will give you a $1,200 stimulus. So if that does happen, if they decide to go with that, then that's the only way you wouldn't get one, Social Security. Or if they do this like payroll tax holiday that the president is like his favorite stimulus plan on there. And so pretty much we know that with the payroll tax, that the president wants that in the next bill. So if that is the case, then Social Security retirees, you wouldn't benefit from it at all on there, because the payroll tax holiday only affects those who work and earn income that is subjective to taxes on there. So then you wouldn't qualify. But as of right now, I mean, you're still in the game, coach. Okay, so let's not get worried, guys. I know this has been a long time coming, and we still have a little bit longer to go. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit longer to go. Today is the 7th, and they are returning on the 20th, so that's about 13 days. But the closer we get, the more you're going to hear things that leaks and come out. So I hope you found this video helpful. Hope you got what you needed out of it. Please like, comment, subscribe. And what do you think about the $40,000 income requirement? Let me know down below. What do you also like? Let me know what you think about all this unemployment fraud. Like, what in the world? And also, if the $450 unemployment, how do you feel about that? Let me know down in the comment section below. You always do, right? All right, so thank you so much for tuning in. As always, it's your girl Shalae. All right, and please like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you later, guys. Bye. Yeah, I'm very colorful today. Yeah, crazy. All right, bye, guys.